So this week we're talking about characters, literary, film, role-playing, all sorts of stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk at this camera for a second with a couple of ideas. I'm mostly going to focus on my role-playing characters of various forms. So I will probably go into what makes a good character, how you can play good characters and shit. So on with the video. So I've had several good characters. My first real role-playing experiences were D&D 3.5 edition, which I feel is better than the current 4th edition. The good thing about the 3.5 was it didn't just focus on the combat side. 4th edition kind of made it too much about specialising in particular forms of combat and stuff. From what I know of it, I have got the books, but I just haven't looked into them so much and haven't played it very much. So some of my favourite characters to play as. Here is a list of some of them and some of their backstory. My first major character was a dwarf ranger in this campaign called Reptiles. As in, like, spelt. Well, I'll put a little. I'll put how it's spelt here. The Reptiles campaign was based around this. We were in a typical fantasy world, and then we set off to sea to escape a volcano or something, and basically we ended up all stranded on some sort of reptile planet. All the stuff was really cool, and I ended up being this dwarf ranger character, and then I lost his character sheet after a while, and I ended up being an elf monk, which I quite enjoyed. It was quite fun. I slept in a barrel, as I recall. I've also played some Cthulhu, Call of Cthulhu, which is awesome. It's an awesome system. It's brilliant. My main character for Call of Cthulhu is this Scottish engineer bloke called Brandon McBride Jr., and he's from pretty much around the area that I'm from. So he's I quite like the fact that is, and he's done a whole heap of stuff, and he's not keen to get back into that world again. We also played at this one game. We played this system called All Flesh Must Be Eaten, which is basically a zombie apocalypse. And so we were just outside. We played the characters. The characters were just outside Edinburgh, and I played this really fun character called well, I can't remember his name, but he was basically, you know, the guys in like haunted houses that jump out and scare you. Well, he was one of those, and it was a really fun system. And in the most recent character that I've had is this one called well, I can't remember what his name is, but I've got because I haven't got the character sheet on me. But he's this, basically, think the Artful Dodger from Oliver Twist, but he's pretending to be mute the whole time. It's in this system called RuneQuest, which as many senior role players will tell you, is a bit of a bitch to play, but very fun. I killed a lot of sharks and stuff, so that's I really enjoyed that. Also, the main characters that I have that I can remember from World of Warcraft, because I used to play on my cousin's accounts and my friends' accounts, because basically well, I've never had enough money to be able to have it myself, and Mum wouldn't pay for it, so I used to play on my cousin's accounts. I had these three main characters that I can remember. One of them was a night elf hunter called Mazuran, who was really fun to play, and he got to like level 20, which I enjoyed. My other main character that I played as was Molst, who was a human paladin, and then on my friend's account I played as an undead warrior called Holst, which I like to think I liked to pretend that he was in fact this formerly undead guy. Well, he was mossed, but turned undead. I really like that little thought there. The best role-playing characters really are ones that you can really get behind, that you've got all the information that you need, that you've got everything you need to play them accurately, to their personality. They've got a very defined personality, and you can basically go, this is what they do, this is not always what is wise, but this is true to their character, and their philosophies and all that. And that is the best thing about writing characters as well. I find that can be quite hard to make them seem proper, the 3D characters, you know, the full proper people. That can be quite a difficult one to stop them from making just being, oh, we did this, oh. But another tricky thing with characters is that you've got to make sure that they're not too powerful, that they do occasionally fail, or seem to fail, that they're not constantly doing everything, just breathing through it. They've got to be very real. You know what I mean? I'm hoping you do, at least. I'm just talking to a camera. Film characters, you've got to make them likeable. A problem I have with is that they can't, with films, they can never use ugly, well, traditionally ugly actors, because that just doesn't work for them. So they can never really do proper ugly characters. So make of that what you will. So that's my thoughts on characters. Bye. Yeah.